What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're back for week 6. My name is True Live, followed by your boy Crackshot CS.
How's it
Zach,
going, everybody?
how are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm gonna turn you up real quick, but
I'm
guys,
gonna put the mic actually in front of my mouth.
okay, gonna turn you back down real quick, but guys, it's week 6, and we've got Minnesota versus Wisconsin. Um, Briefly look at their stats. Crackshot, what can we expect from, it's going to be Inferno. I love seeing matches on Inferno. It's still kind of new to people as well, as the map, recently came out, I guess, 7 months ago? Something like that,
Yeah, of
revamped.
course.
But let's look at Minnesota. What can we expect from these guys heading into this matchup against Wisconsin?
Well, both of these teams are both 2-3 at this point in the season, regardless of forfeit wins or whatever. This is again crunch time in this leg of the season, so not a lot of games left. If either of these teams want a chance at making it to a positive record, this is a game that they got. That it's a must-win for both of them. So Minnesota 2-3, up and down season as you can expect, but we've seen better from them in the past. So it's weird to kind of see them struggle a little bit, I guess. But maybe some new players in there, and the roster just kind of trying to find its ground this season has been troubling. Their player to look for today would probably be Psycho, but actually both teams are going to be without a player that may hurt them. So I'd have to say Minnesota being without Chance X. He's normally the guy who leads the way for them. Normally the guy who's we've seen it before. Everybody's got their carry, everybody's got their their I guess back pocket player, and Chance X would be Minnesota's version of that. So without him, I mean, Psycho's going to have to step up big, and they're going to have to play well as a team. But on the Wisconsin side of things, um, they've only actually been able to find one actual win. They have a forfeit win as well, and then they have some very close losses though to Washington, Colorado. It's kind of hard to say if there's any one player on Wisconsin that's really good. Maybe Oregonade, somebody like that, but they're also without Little J, who's one of their main players, in a team that I guess contrast to Minnesota doesn't have a player who stands out. When you're without one of those pieces, it can be hard. So we'll see how this one turns out.
So both teams are playing technically with different players that they're used to.
Yeah, and that's what's going to make it exciting is going to see who can adapt faster, or if they've practiced with this lineup. It's important. I even think like if a team's planning on using a fill-in, that they practice ahead of time or make sure that this guy knows what to expect coming into the match, so that the synergy can be there right from the get-go instead of having to develop it and maybe losing rounds because of that.
Interesting, interesting. So both schools 2-3. A forfeit win, I believe you said, for Wisconsin.
Yes, Wisconsin has one forfeit win. Not that it matters too much at this point in the season. Again, yeah, like I said, it's crunch time, so you take a win any way that you can find it. With them being though without one of their core players, it's going to be hard to see if they're going to be able to pull through on this one. I mean, Minnesota has the past that we can expect them to win a map like Inferno against a team that has struggled so far. We know that they have a bit of more of a solid lineup than I would say on the side of Wisconsin. So we'll see how this one turns out.
Interesting. So, um, let's give our predictions real quick. Based on the stats that we know, that we've been through CVO stats, and like you said, teams will have to adapt. But I don't know. Comparing caliber, who do you like? What do you think the scoreline will be, Mister
Again,
Analyst, sir?
with it, of course, with it being, you know, the CS Gophers being in the game before or in the league before, they have experience playing together. So we guys got to kind of expect. I'd have to say they're going to win it, especially if they would take it the knife round. I mean, they're going to have a solid CT side, and it's going to be a struggle for Wisconsin.
Okay, okay, yeah, because Wisconsin, they, they had the forfeit win, right? They weren't as tested, I guess, per se, in playing the games, as many games. Close losses, yeah, but can Wisconsin correct their mistakes? Now,
There's a chance they could, right? And like I said, this is Inferno. A knife round, or the knife round's really going to matter a lot because it just does still matter whether you start T side. I think, even though this is a little more T sided than it was before, I'd still have to say the CT side is much more favorable, and especially in a matchup like this where you're seeing two teams that aren't necessarily used to their lineups. Starting on the easier side is going to be a huge advantage.
okay, once again, what are the players look for on the Minnesota side?
Players to look for on the side of Minnesota. We're looking for Psycho to step up big because his partner in crime, Chance X, is not in the lineup. I'm not sure which player is actually replacing him today. And then on the side of uh, UW Madison, you're going to be looking for maybe Originade, maybe. It's hard to say though because they're more of an even out lineup in their score lines.
All right, so guys, we know what to expect. Both these teams are playing technically with a man down. They, had to practice with a different, set of 5 with just one different player each. It's going to be on Inferno, but guys, we're just double checking to see if the players are ready. And it looks like they are about to start soon. So guys, don't go away. This game will start very soon, within less than 5 minutes. So don't go away.
Might be like 10 seconds.
Yes.
It's okay. We didn't miss much. It was uneventful. As you see, only one player was able to find a kill on the Gophers. That's Psycho. And then actually the player with the bomb, Owen, his graphics card died mid-round. And yeah, that's all she wrote as Madison pushed and took all the kills they could find. Now you're seeing 2 M4s, a couple of UMPs, and a strong start. I think it is supposed to be Zach. Yeah, it's something we can work with at least. And working slowly are going to be the Gophers here, trying to find some kind of opening. Although all they have are Glocks to work with. They didn't get the bomb plant, so Originade going to find one with that FAMAS to start things off. Ooh, nice 1D from Sync there to find one for Originade finds Sting.
I do apologize, guys. My mic was muted, but so far it's just an eco. Oh my goodness. Sync with another 1D. He's gonna go down to Andy, and now a 2v3 situation. Bomb's done. It's a win in my book. The Gophers just now need to potentially find some quick picks here, but with these fully equipped Madison players are going to make their way into the site, and all by himself is Psycho from behind, and he's going to go down just like that. So second round now going to Madison.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
too crazy yet.
yeah, nothing too. What were you going to expect? I mean, at the end of the day, you're right. Like they did kind of lose that round in the sense that Sync was able to find the bomb plant because of that full save. Like, I mean, they wanted to go for a surprise like AK buy here. They could go for it. They could make it happen. I think that's why they're taking so long to decide what to do here on this round, whether they want to buy or not. Because I mean, they really, yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to go for that surprise buy, try to catch Madison off guard, but they are going to upgrade to M4s, realizing this could be a possibility. So right away, we're going to see a gun round here that's going to matter quite a bit and tell a bit of the story for the start of this first half.
Yep, Nade's raining down, doing a lot of damage to Sync, but he's going to actually push forward. And on this map, we didn't talk a little bit about it, but Inferno, it is very important for the terrorists to get control of Banana and top of middle. And that will really set the round for these guys. But you know, CT side is a CT side map. It depends on these holds and how the CTs can keep the terrorists at bay. But looking like a B execute.
Looks like that's what they're going to be working with here. Bomb has made its way all the way out. They gave up complete banana control. Now this is a way you can play the B site, but there's a lot that can go wrong, especially if they just, you know, ball out into the site, all 5 of the players. I mean, they have a couple of Galils here, but those AKs are going to be strong moving in quickly here. The call is going to be made, and the execute is going to happen right away. Swanee's going to find one from second oranges there. He's going to be able to find another. Zach coming in to help him on the side is going to find one before Owen finally trades him out. And finally, Swanee still staying alive, will go down, but the time has been bought for the rotates.
As equalize out, though, bomb does go down, and fast is going to be Andy. Spots the new box player. His teammates right behind him towards CT, and oh, he's getting jiggle peeked. A little bit of damage done, but they need to press the time, and all the fire's good. He sends him out. Originally picks up that kill, but Jenny, who's in Jenny? It's going to be Psycho who picks up 2 kills. Can he find the third? And no, he won't. It is actually going to be Originate now in a 1v1 against Heroes. Now it's planned for this man, and oh my goodness. With just 7 health, this man clutches it out against Heroes. But mind you, both of them were so low.
Yeah, that could have gone either way. I mean, Originate just a little quicker on his trigger there, getting the peak, and ultimately the round. This was a strong round from the Gophers, and Madison's economy is going to be a little bit chipped away at because of that. They're going to have to spend all of their money once again. I mean, the Gophers probably going to have to go for an eco here, but either way, a nice little B site take there. They did kind of lose. They won the trades in the sense that they got the site, but they just weren't able to hold off when it came down to the retake there. So Originate going huge, finding those kills. You thought Psycho was going to be able to do something for Mini Pit maybe, but nothing going to be happening there for him. And ultimately, Madison's going to get rewarded maybe with a nice eco round here from the side of the Gophers.
Yeah, and Bomb's good. This is pretty much an upgrade pistol buy. It's a default, but look at these guys go. It's Swanee who actually peeks out wide with the Zach. They have an op towards Banana. And actually, Swanee's going to find 2 eco frags, and now just 3 left to see his Gophers. They don't have the bomb control, but it's not going to be actually visible for Madison.
Bomb left bottom mid full map control here. I mean, there's really nothing that you're going to be expecting here. As long as Madison plays this discipline, they should have an easy round win. They don't want to be dropping any of these guns here. They have upgraded into an AWP here for Zach, as you can see. Owen gonna just barely make it out with his life, and Swanee once again going big from this car position. He's found 3 so far. See if Andy can join him, and he will as Owen goes down. Now Sting finally falls to the AWP of Zach, and that's going to be 4 clean rounds now for Madison.
Yeah, that's you know, it's an eco round. Now we're into a gun round. It's going to be decent, actually full utility for the Gophers. Now, I remember seeing these guys from last year's season. They did struggle a little bit. I can't remember their score line in spring and fall, but I do recognize the Gophers. So
yeah, they were kind of middle of the pack sort of team, but they were able to beat all of like middle pack teams. So they were like king of the middle pack, if you can say that. And Zach will go down early as he tries to force the issue on Banana. Sync trades him out, and all alone. That's going to be Swanee left on the B site. The Gophers seem to sense that, as Sync is going to find a second kill here. Swanee goes down, and so will the B site.
Yep, and Andy's going to be first on the scene. And he's going to be joined by Welster. Bomb is going to go down. 4 players up for the Gophers, and all the way towards Banana, struggling as Originate finds his first death, I believe. Andy swings wide. He's going to be smoked off. His teammate right behind him, but there are 4 members up for the Gophers. Bomb's going to tick away. And Oh, they're gonna tap out. I like this move. You know,
Yeah,
they
smart.
It's definitely very smart. They're playing a little bit disciplined, but I feel like they can do some economic damage. Now, Whalester, he's got full set of nades, right? He's gonna hear them all get away. But I guess they're not gonna exit towards CT. But I don't know. I feel like these last two could have done some damage.
Yeah, definitely they had the opportunity to. If you see the HP of a couple of those players, they might have been able to knock that off back in their favor if they found heroes there, but unfortunately not going to be able to. The Gophers will find their first round. Sync goes huge once again. I mean, him and Psycho have been the dynamic duo so far for them. As you can see, it was pretty much they're responsible right now for what the Gophers have been able to accomplish in this game. In that second round, you saw them get that bomb plant. That was just solely because of Sync, and then the rounds that they're coming close to winning, Psycho is almost able to clutch it out. And you're just seeing a couple players step up big time here for the Gophers.
Yeah, but now another gun round in play. These players are actually going to try and gain control of Banana. 3 of them, actually. And here they go. It's going to be held by Zach and Swanee. The swing wide, and it's going to be a big mistake as they trade off in favor of UMadison. And now it's down to 2 players to go first. It's going to be Owen, followed by Psycho.
A bit disastrous, too, if you consider that they're going to be almost out of money here if they might have a little bit of money to work with in some kind of force buy next round, but this is a strong reply here after losing that round for Madison, and they're able to buy into it because of that smart save at the end that you mentioned there, True. So it's a good play for them to be come back big on this round, and they're really dominating here early on their CT side.
Yep, and these last 2 for the Gophers, knocking on the door B site. You know, behind actually, Originate actually might have been spotted out, and he's gonna find Psycho, leaving Owen in a 1v4. He's gonna make his way back. He's gonna find 1 kill, but he's down to 5 HP.
And that'll be it.
Yep,
just a nice little nade.
Like that.
Oh, there's nothing he's gonna be able to do
still
there.
Sick, by the way. If I cough here and there, there's no quick mute button that I have set up. So just FYI.
Or you can't catch a cold through the internet, so.
Yep.
I'm not, okay, Uncle B, man, I'm not saying Tuak, okay? I'm saying Zach. I don't really care.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the chat too. You guys, I fixed the volume. Fixed the right hand one. Sorry about that.
Why, they're really gonna, like, hate on your left-handedness?
Yeah, I know, right?
You're still a weirdo, otherwise.
2 UMass players towards the Absence, slightly aggressive, and it might pay off here because the first player Originate's gonna steal it from his grasp as they find 2 kills in the Absence. They're gonna back away right away.
That was almost a perfect read. You see 2 players pushing aggressively into apartments, and Originate going huge there to make a presence known and just finding both of those kills. And you see, he's still got 66 HP to work with, so he won those 2 gunfights heavy-handedly. That was some poor trading from the Gophers, and it's really going to cost them here as their 3 players left don't even have, you know, more than 1 AK, and that's Owen to work with. So if they even work it back towards B, they're going to have basically 1 shot at an entry, and that'll be it.
Yeah, and it's not looking too good, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the Gophers just need to fully commit.
Yeah, it's tough because you saw the 1 round that they did win. They just kind of committed to the B site, as you're saying, and they made sure to play in for trades and just, you know, take the site by force. And that's really what you kind of have to do when things aren't going your way. You have to kind of force your way into sites, and, you know, you got to play the dirty game, go for trades and that kind of thing. You're not going to find perfect executes at this point if you're the Gophers, so you're going to really need to allocate your resources.
But look, these guys are just trickling in, but they're taking their sweet time, and they're just gonna get picked up by this up. It's Tuak who's gonna find that kill, but he gets straight up by Owen. Bomb needs to go down. He needs 4 seconds of plant, and it's just enough time to get the bomb down, but it's down to a 1v4. Owen's not looking at the right spot.
Yeah, just not looking the right way there, unfortunately. And I mean, Madison doing a really good job to retake together. They're really reading the CT side well. They're in really good positions, as you see. When the Gophers are breaking into bomb sites, the rotates are already being called. They're really sharing information well, and they're reaping the benefits of that. So hopefully they're able to, you know, you're hoping we're able to see the Gophers get a couple more rounds here on their T side before the half runs over, or before UMadison runs away with the half.
Yeah, it's still pretty early, but it's going to be a upgrade pistol buy here for the Gophers, and I don't know, there's not really too much to say. I feel like they just need to commit full 5.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to go with the 5 AK like lineup, I mean, you have enough to buy the AWP, play the slow game, play for picks, but if you're going to buy the 5 AKs, just use it force. And it looks like Wales are going to be rewarded here. 1, 2, and 3 are going to line up before the last 2 are going to come in, and Sting going to find the 1D on a peeking Whalester, looking for more, not able to find it, and they will recover an AK, so things are going to slow down here as they consider maybe trying to save this or put it to work and find more damage.
That was looking real nice for Whalester, but that deagle from Mr. Sting. And now they're just gonna. Oh, I don't like this. Andy, he spawns us out right. And it's a clean up. I don't know. I feel like the Gophers are hesitating a little bit.
Yeah, that was a tough angle too. You saw them hesitating to find the trade, and let's congratulate Hero here on finding our first James Bond of the night, going 0-0 and 7. So either way, you're right. They do need to just commit to something. I mean, these kills are going to come for these players if they're able to play for trades and play as a group, and they're not really doing that right now. You saw the way they peeked that last player. It was one into the doorway, second one into the door. You know, you got to play spacing, and we saw some comments in the chat from Krypton there about their spacing, and you know, he's noticing the Gophers are having trouble with their spacing moving into bomb sites. So hopefully they're able to correct these issues and they're able to notice them before it becomes too much of an issue here in the scoreline.
So the bombs in Mexi. I'm not too sure if I'm a big fan of that. But these guys are on a default. They're trying to find some kind of pick, I guess. There's no op. They've got full utility on the Gopher side. And wow, that horse was really loud. I don't know if you heard that. But bombs did get picked up. Yes, there's a horse. It was really loud.
I don't think there's horses on this map. I think you might still be sick.
No. They 100%. Somebody clipped that. But looking like 5 players of the Gophers migrating towards the B bomb site. Swanee followed by Tuak, trying to hold us down. 50 seconds to go. Can Madison hold off this B bomb site?
Moving back to what was successful before, the Gophers breaking into the site now. They're going to look for this boosted player. Sink will find him and win that gunfight as 2 players are going to wrap into CT. This is a strong execute here. They're going to be able to flush out the Opera here without him getting too much done.
Oh, Tuak back in dark, and oh, they're going to peek it, man. It's a double peek, but the bomb flies off, and the teammates, they're stuck. But look at this close angle here. Oh no, he gets shut down. It's going to be Hero who was actually close. Jenny, Wilson finds to get trade off, and Andy down in a 1v1. As Owen, he will find it.
Yeah, wow. Strong peek from Owen. I didn't really like that, actually, the way he tried to win that. And I mean, ultimately, he will win it, find the AWP, and find the second round for the Gophers. Any way you can get it done, you're going to get it done at this point. A strong round from them. That was a really interesting execute, the way that they worked their way through CT to try to flush out the Opera instead of trying to move straight across the front of the site where it's easy pickings for Tuak there. So he was only limited to 1 kill. The execute works out, and they're able to find a second round here. We'll see what they choose to do. I mean, they've had success with this same strategy twice and not much else other than that. So, I mean, wouldn't be surprised to see them work towards the B side here.
It was a very close round, and the executes are starting to hurt them, but Tuak gonna find an open kill onto Hero, set back, and with the terrorists, the offense playing a man down, it's gonna hurt them.
Yeah, I mean, Hero's just trying to catch something early. He's not having a lot of luck in this game, so that's got to be really frustrating for him at this point. You got to wonder what kind of mental effect that's having on his game at this point. And we'll see what they try to do here. Flushing out positions towards the A side. They are taking positions properly. They're trying to get control of apartments, and then they're probably going to work towards Banana, but working a man down isn't going to be easy here, so that early mistake may cost them if they're going to try to play this round slow.
And the op is on Psycho, needs to find some kind of, free parking for the Gophers, but I feel like he's not aggressive enough. Like, you should expect the CTs, once they get a pick, they're going to play slow and methodical. They're going to back up, play passive, and Andy, nice dink onto Psycho, sends him down to 12 HP. Sink finds a kill through the smoke. Ooh, look at these two CT players. Close. He finds 1 kill, looking for the second. He's blind as Ray Charles, but his teammate originates in pit. He's gonna find a kill as well as they get traded off, and somehow Sink is all by himself with 6 HP. 15 seconds ago, the bomb's on his back, and he gets shot. But he hears them all around, and Tuak is going to finish that off, making it 8-2 for you, Madison.
And a double op setup working here. I mean, they're just feeling it at this point, and now we're going to see a Minnesota team here that's starting to run away with it. Like I said, this is the dangerous part about Inferno. If you're going to, you know, start on the T side, which can be an unfortunate fate if you lose that knife round, you really have to come out strong, and you really have to make sure you're getting at least into the, you know, the 5 rounds area. I'd say has to be enough at this point, because a good team like Madison here, the way that they're playing their CT side, I can only imagine that their T side is going to be as strong as well, as their communication seems to be there.
Oh, Tuak drops the mixtape and he's gonna find 1 kill as Swanee finds the bomb as well. And now 2 players left for the Gophers with just upgraded pistols. Oh, Spaghetti, Swanee's missing all these shots and they both go down to pistols. And up close and personal is Andy though. He's gonna find 1 and he's gonna find the last player as well. And the op's gonna be picked up, like you said, that double op. But Zach, what would you do if you're on the Gopher side? You know, you got 2 rounds on T side.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. First, I gotta give props to Psycho on what might have been the sickest P250 spray down I've ever seen there. Finding 2 kills in that round, but I mean, they're not finding much here, and you're seeing, you know, 0-0 and 10 heroes. You got to get on the board, man. And then you got Sting with just 1 kill. I mean, these guys are falling behind. It hurts the team. You know, you're only as strong as your weakest link at a certain point, especially on a map like Inferno here, where you really have to have communication on that T side, and everybody's got to pull their weight if you're gonna win. You can't just have that 1 carry player, and it looks like that's hurting the Gophers at this point. Whalester is gonna hear something in apartment. Says the bomb has made its way into alt mid.
Yeah, and the 1 kill Sting has was that 1D gone to Whalester. But Wilson wins the test again, only manages to find 1. The bomb has been spotted. And here comes the rotate originating with the op. He's a hold the balcony, finds a nice kill to Heroes with that little crack. He finds a 2nd kill as well. And holding this off, Owen and Psycho. Now they're stuck in a situation. They drop the bomb, and surely this should be a round for you, Madison.
Yeah, the double op is just too strong at this point, and at 10-2, I mean, they've absolutely run away with this one. This is their game to win at this point. You see the kills across the board for Madison. Everybody is stepping up, so I mean, not one of them is pulling ahead of any of the others, and it's nice to see, especially because when you consider that both teams are using a sub, you can see one team that has adapted to it really well, and you see one team that evidently needs a little bit of more roster work before they're ready to be comfortable using subs in their lineup. And this is unfortunate for the Gophers too, because you always like to see a team return to the league, and then it's weird because, you know, the league hasn't been alive long enough for us to see a team, you know, do really well and then a team struggle like this.
Yeah, we're looking for consistency, right? But Heroes, okay, finds a nice kill on the Andy. Whalester feels like he's in trouble, and he's gonna back off into pit. Actually, his teammate as well. That's Originate. But the bomb, it actually swaps to go towards Banana, and they find Swanee.
Tuak going to be left all alone on the B site here, and they're going to try to converge here. They do have a player who's forced his way into CT, so Tuak finding 1, and Psycho is able to find one of the rotating A players and the other one as well. Tuak going to go down, and they're just going to find it all through frags. If that's how you got to get it done, go ahead, Gophers, do what you got to do. And now they're going to go for double op T side, I guess. I mean, go for broke when you're losing 10-3, right? But
I think that round was lost because UMadison got a little too aggressive. You know, they send Swanee down, Banana, but the refrag's not there, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the spacing that can be a problem, and ultimately that round was just, you know, Madison being comfortable taking map control, and the Gophers having numbers in both of the areas that they pushed both times. So getting a little sloppy is Madison in this situation, and it looks like the Gophers know which site has been successful for them. They will go towards the B site, and Tuak gets caught out peeking wide. Sink will find the first kill. Swanee has to go big, but Sink finds a second. And the site will fall as the Gophers now looking at maybe 4 rounds here.
Yeah, this will be pretty good for them, even if they can get 5 as well. But 4 will do it. And he does do a lot of damage to Sink, but look at the economy here. UMadison, they're gonna punch out.
Yeah, they're just gonna save right away. And I mean, we saw them do this earlier in the game, so not unlike them to do this and be really responsible with their economy. The double op setup that, I mean, they evidently have to know that the Gophers have gone for the odd T side double op setup. But I mean, if you get afraid of that double op setup, you're gonna be, you know, forcing yourself actually to play a little bit more scared, and that might actually work against you. So they were playing before for a lot of map control, and Andy will find Sync here, shutting down one of the guns on the Gophers, but not too much going to be doing there. It will not fall to Owen on the second one before the trade comes in. And Originate will find a pair for himself. A couple of guns going down here for the Gophers, but it won't really matter as they have quite a bit of money to work with. The same cannot be said for Madison, unfortunately.
Yeah, that definitely hurt a little bit for UMass, but with the money situation, this is the last round of the first half, ladies and gents, on Inferno. And yeah, give it to Gophers. They're fighting back. You know, if they can find this last round, this would technically be even, per se. But oh, Swanee's got the Mag 7, finds one. Ding dong, Mix Nuts, he's gonna find two. But the bomb does get traded off, and he's gonna be Whalester all by himself. Just FYI, Ding Dong Mix Nuts is actually a thing. Just Google it. But Whalester all by himself, knocking on the doorsteps of B is gonna be 3 players of the Gophers, and a nice Pokeball to greet these guys. And lots of time though.
Yeah, they're really forcing the issue with the B site. The rotates are here, so maybe not quite the best decision if you're the Gophers. I mean, you only have 3 players remaining after a huge play from Swanee. They're trading 2 for 1 with that Mag 7. That's huge in a round where you've got not too much to work with. You know, you're just running a kitchen sink artillery, and I guess we'll see what they're able to do here. The rotates have come in. There are 3 players waiting for these guys here, and 1 player towards the A site just anchoring. So a lot of time left. We'll see what the Gophers decide to do here. Down a man. They are lurking a man into the B site. He's going to be greeted right away. That's Whalester finding one onto Psycho. And now with 2 players making their way back towards the A site, that seems to be keyed in for Madison to make the rotate.
Oh my goodness. Inside. Originate. Oh no, he shoots prematurely and he misses. But now 2 players for the Gophers. Can they find this last round? Put him at a decent stand in this first half. Tuak looking to swing. Oh, spots the broken wall, finds a nice headshot, and now just down to Owen, who struggles to fight Andy. And Madison will make it 11-4 in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, that's a strong showing from Madison. If you're, 11-4, that's a strong half, and the way that they won the round so dominating, and you're really seeing, actually, unfortunately, 2 players falling behind. Again, I say it every week, and then I end up just doing what I say I hate doing. And that's pointing out a couple of players just lagging behind here. And you're seeing Hero and Sting just at 2 kills apiece. They really got to step up in a game where literally everybody else on the scoreboard is playing at a different caliber. I mean, you see 10 kills on everybody else. It's just really obvious what's going on here. And especially when you're on their T side, you really have to find frags. So, I mean, now they're on the CT side. Hopefully things will become a little bit easier for them, and they'll be able to kind of catch up here and make their way back into relevance when it comes to the scoreline.
Yep, indeed. And going to his pistol, I hope Heroes and Sting can step it up. But Madison, they've got 2 actually utility men. It's going to be Swanee and Originate. And they've got full set of nades, and looking like a B push, but all these CTs rushing down middle. This could be a huge clench right now. Sink finds 2 nice headshots, and right behind him is going to be Heroes. Oh no, the piece of death! Heroes! What?
He just literally looked them in the face and said, "Wow, you guys are beautiful," and then just killed them both.
Heroes just doubled his kills.
Yeah, he doubles the kills in that pistol round, jumping through that smoke, Suey 2K style. Looks right in the face of the 2 guys he's going to victimize there. And, I mean, either way, a strong reply here from the Gophers in the pistol round when it matters most, especially when the scoreline's like that. You know, we said it before. You really got to... The pistol round becomes more important the worse you're losing. And, I mean, the nades down mid, it looks like they're going to force the issue once again to trying to do as much damage as possible early and being really aggressive on their CT side here.
As they push towards it, Psycho's gonna find one, and he's trying to trade it off, and one Psycho was caught. He should have gotten that second kill, but somehow we're equalized out. The bomb's gonna go down, and Madison, they win in my book.
Yeah, I mean, they got the bomb down, and they may even stand a chance here at finding this retake. Oh, barely any HP left on Hero and Owen. Swanee misses with his B250, but he will find the kill on to Hero to even things out. As Swanee looks for another player, he's going to find Owen now with that P250. Now all that's left standing is going to be Sting looking to find the retake, and Swanee once more with that P250. This man is an animal.
A 4K for Swanee. Madison have stolen the round from the Gophers. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean that's unbelievable, right? That's a strong again, like I keep saying about these strong replies, this is where it matters most.
Oh man.
That's a really unfortunate if you're on the Gophers side too, because I mean that's the worst round to lose is now you get completely shut down. Your momentum's been killed as right as the glimpse of getting back into this game is in front of you, and then all the nades in mid are gonna take down Psycho. That man did not stand a chance there. And Sync will find one with the 5-7 spraying away. Gonna try to find a second, but he'll be joined by Tuak. We'll find two with the UMP.
Oh man, 4 players up for UMass, but they're so low. There's Deagles in the hands of the Gophers, but they need to trust each other. But Swanee, sorry, not Swanee, Tuak is actually in Cubby with 2 HP. In a full clip with a UMP, and the Gophers, honestly, why not go for it?
2X picked a pretty interesting position to play with 2 HP here. If he gets peak library, I mean, that's 1 bullet anywhere in the body and you're dead. So, I mean, he's just probably expecting them not to go for it here, but they should probably be communicating this if they're going to back off. And I think that may be what they're going to do, or try to play for some exits, look for some guns. And it looks like a unified exit towards T-spawn is going to be the play for Minnesota. So no guns are going to be had for the Gophers, and another round towards victory for Madison. I mean, they're just dominating things here early in the second half as well.
They're doing pretty good right now. But you know, the Gophers didn't do what UMass is doing on the T side. They're just balls to the wall, hitting these sites.
Yeah, this is what I said at on their CT side. Like, I can tell how they're going to play on their T side and if it's going to work based on what the Gophers are doing. CS is all about acting and reacting, and the team that's doing the acting, if the other team is not reacting, then I mean you're just seeing one team roll over the other, and that's exactly what's happening. There's no consequences for Minnesota's actions. They're doing what they want with map control. They're just going to the sites that they want, and they're taking numbers in the direction that they want. They're winning trades. That's what the Gophers should have been doing all along.
Yep, and UMass starts off this round with a wall of fire. They gain control of Banana, but look at this default. The bomb's all the way back in front of spawn, and Originate looking to gain control. Oh, what? You can't be doing that, Originate.
He's cheating.
What? I'd be so upset if I was Owen right now.
I am upset, and I'm not Owen right now.
Oh my goodness, and Heroes, he's gonna get a taste of it as well, taken down to 50 HP. Oh my goodness, and Psycho manages to find Originate.
Yeah, he deserved to die after that.
Oh, look at this though, they leave Whalester all the way for Banana. It's gonna be interesting as they try to get Will, and Andy's gonna find the quad player. That's gonna be Psycho to go down, and only player left here. It's gonna be Sync with just the USP and 2 Deagles actually for the Gophers.
The bomb is gonna go down. Whalester is gonna find Sting in spawn, so that's gonna make things even easier for Madison now to go up towards match point. They're gonna be at 14 rounds after this, and see what they're able to do in CT spawn. Whalester getting caught with his knife out, spraying away and taking down Sync ultimately. Not too much to do there if you're the Gophers, but I mean, they got to be perfect from here on out, and I don't know, something tells me that they're not going to be, especially if Originate is finding kills like he just did.
Yeah, that's...
Sometimes it's just not your night, like
what's going through Owen's head right now? He's like, I just gotta take a
well,
breather.
Mac 10 bullets are going through his head, that's what's...
And now, looking forward, default for you, Madison. They're gonna drop the bomb in the same spot, and aggressive play here towards Banana. They're gonna actually back off. And Madison, they're actually not doing anything crazy. They send 3 towards B though. Can they find some fruit?
They're just clearing out positions here slowly, and they're being allowed to do it at no consequence. Utility's not being thrown back at them, and because utility wasn't being able to be afforded by the Gophers, and that's what stings a lot. If you're the Gophers here, players actually made it into construction. Andy gonna be caught. Here is Hero going down as well. Andy finds both the kills required and a third. But Originate's gonna join in as well, and this is gonna be a match point for Madison. This is an absolute slaughter at this point.
Yeah, and Madison just put up 3-2, right? And they're finding kills on both sides, and Sync's all by himself. He should know there's another player though, and he's gonna find all 3. Sorry, 2 players on the B site. And Originate, of course. The pre-fire and Sync goes down. Match point secured. Look at the money situation.
I mean, yeah, it's not looking good if you're the Gophers. They don't have much to buy into here, and I mean, we're going to see, you know, like I said, a kitchen sink buy is going to be a MAC-10, the UMP, you know, 5 different weapons on the side of the Gophers here. So we'll see what they're able to do. They got to play funky, and they haven't really been showing us they're capable of, you know, changing their play style throughout this one. As we've seen Madison just take advantage of it over and over and over. They're being rewarded here with, I mean, 10 match points to work with, and Sting is going to find one with the Mag-7 before he's traded out by Swanee, almost being able to repeat what we saw last half with the Mag-7 there.
Yeah, but unfortunately couldn't follow up. And what's going on here with you, Madison? They're standing still. Are they just gonna completely read the Gophers? We're just gonna fight them purely with AKs and 2 axes by 1. A lot of damage done to Sync with 5 HP now. And they realize these A play. Oh, what? Sync, you can't. There's no. What?
What an interesting kill.
That was a crazy kill, but Owen all by himself as 3 players of UMadison make their way onto the A bomb site. Oh, prematurely shooting, gonna find one. Can he find some more? But no, he will get traded up by Originated now. Down to Heroes. Will this be it for the Gophers? Or can this man commit? Needs to run with his knife, mind you.
Yeah, Zero needs to turn into the hero here. I mean, he's not played too well throughout this one, but wouldn't this be a redemption to keep his team in the game? Making his way through Library now towards the site. He'll find the first player. No, not even able to tickle Swanee, who had barely any HP. Also leading the way for his team, and ultimately Madison going to be rewarded with a 16-5 win.
Oh my goodness. There were some interesting shots this game, let me tell you.
Absolutely.
But that will go to Minnesota, making it 16-5. Pretty convincing, might I say. Like, you know, Wisconsin didn't do what they needed to do on the T side, right? Or
no, they didn't.
Am I mixing the schools here?
It's just tough because, like I said, you know, this is CSL is still in its early days, so you know we haven't seen a team, you know, do well last season and then not do so well this season. We've really only seen teams, you know, joining up, you know, building up their programs and, you know, building up the esports community around their school. But I mean, this is a team that we've seen before, a team that we've seen succeed before too. So it's just tough to watch them just get dominated in and out here without one of their star players. So it goes to show how important the starting lineup is for Wisconsin ultimately. And we see a deserving Minnesota team who's practiced obviously with their lineup.
Yeah, and just looking at the current score line right now. Yeah, so I did mix up the school name. Sorry. Wisconsin finds this win. So their second official win, followed by the forfeit win, puts them 3-3, while Minnesota will fall to 2-4. And a lot of people, you know, even I doubted Wisconsin. Based off of the stats that we were seeing on the games, right? They had close games, but they couldn't close it out. But coming against Minnesota,
yeah, things are a little bit different this time around.
Yeah, they ran with it, and now the Gophers definitely struggled on the T side. Maybe they'll look back at this and go, okay, well, our T side executes. They need a lot of work. We need to commit, need to have that confidence going in, but.
Yeah, it's more than that too, though. You evidently see a team that needs to work on their basic communication, because you saw how many times they just put themselves in a bad spot in a round and were unable to get out of it. I mean, when you put yourself in a bad spot like that in a round, you can't get out of a position. It really takes good communication. It takes, you know, somebody saying, all right, well, we all need to go this way right now. We need to play for a trade. We need to try to find this flanking player, something like that. But it just didn't seem like that communication was happening for them. So back to the drawing board. And I mean, they're just going to, at this point, have to hope for better luck in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and the first half of the season is coming to an end, as there are fully 8 weeks. This match though was definitely interesting. So guys, honestly, let's talk about MVPs on both sides. Who do you find on the Minnesota side, the side that lost? who was stepping up?
Stepping up for Minnesota, you got to talk about Sink. You got to talk about Psycho. Both of these guys did, as much as they could, especially early on in the game. And I mean, like, this is I think my mic's cut now. Okay, sorry. Yeah, these are two guys who are trying to step up and do what they can. It's a big roster. Chance X is obviously the player that we've talked about before. The day we have to look out for. Wasn't able to play in this game, so good of them to step up as much as they could, but they just didn't have enough in the tank. I guess it took how long for both Zero and who else in Sting to get in that game. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's just got to be on Sink or Psycho to be their MVP.
Yep, indeed. So, guys, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in for the first match of the day, which is going to be, Minnesota versus Wisconsin. But we have another matchup at 10 p.m. EST or 7 p.m. PT. That's going to be UC Santa Cruz versus UC San Diego. So Triton Gaming versus UCSC. Both teams are 3-1, and this is going to be a week 6 match. It's going to be on Inferno, I believe. So, yeah, on Inferno. So Santa Cruz versus San Diego is going to be up at 10 p.m. But guys, hit that follow button if you like what you saw. Tweet at us, of course, when you see at TDL True and at CrackshotCS. Let us know how you think about the match. I certainly didn't think it'd be that quick, but when it comes to Inferno, it's kind of like a nuke map, right? So you lose a knife, you play the T side, and can't close out rounds, and it's just demoralizing coming to the half if it's 11-4, 12-3.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to the polarizing maps, it ends up playing out like that, and so I agree with you. I think it looked like, stats wise, it should have been a little bit closer than that, but obviously there was a lot more practice on one side, and I guess it can come down to any matchup in this league, and really just come down to which two teams are playing each other, I guess.
Yep, indeed. So guys, that's gonna be it for us for now, but we will be joining you guys at 10 p.m. But huge thank you to Twitch. Nothing but gratitude for the largest streaming platform in gaming to support collegiate esports. Honestly, we wouldn't have this platform if Twitch didn't exist. From PAX East to PAX West and many more events, CSL would not be what it is today. So guys, hit that follow button. Check out Twitch on Twitter. See more events coming up. And of course, see Star League and Collegiate CSGO for more updates on the CSGO scene. And of course, we'll see you guys tonight at 10 p.m. Santa Cruz versus San Diego. Sorry guys, I accidentally muted mic to cough, but guys, we're gonna be back at 10 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. PT, and that's gonna be UC Santa Cruz versus UC San Diego. Clearly the matchup that we saw 16-5 today. Both schools that are playing tonight are 3-1. Not sure if that was given when I was muted, but guys, we'll see you at 10 p.m. And yeah, sorry for muting my mic.